This is Kazuyoshi. So, a couple of months ago, we have published another storybook, and these are all written in Japanese. So, some of you may read, but most of you may not read it. And it is called the second book for the Feed Forward storybook. And we put a lot of time creating this. This is made of these kind of beautiful pictures. Yeah, every culture has these kind of storybooks. And this is not only for the kids, it's also for the adults. Because if you read, this is Lydia. The title of the book is What Do You Really Want to Do? Lydia and Moonlight. And you see here in this white circle, you can read this as for you who is too tired, working too hard, or maybe for you who is exhausted, working too hard, or those kind of things. So this is a book for the adults, parents who are feeling tired, lonely, and don't know how to do. And the concept of feed forward is helping you find out who you really are. And it's not so simple, of course, because always that I do is ask you a question of what you want to really do, or what you want to do, or are you really wanting to go on to be, or just asking about the future. Those questions are helpful. And the reason is because your brain will start to react to that question. And if you are asked about your future, you need to think in that future, because if you are asked about next week and you start talking about the last week, that's crazy. So you will need to start imagining about that future, and then you'll be able to start to be positive. Sometimes kind of a negative image will come, but in any case, you will need to solve it. So you start to become positive and active on that, and I think you'll start taking an action. So that's a mechanism feed forward. So therefore, if you're feeling that you are tired, you are exhausted, or I know many of you are involved in the business. So if you are struggling, not knowing what to do, then the question about feed forward question about asking about what's your next step, or what is going to happen in your future, maybe coming 5 years, or all those things will help. The reason we created this and that we put all the message in the storybook, this is kind of sold on the bookstore, of course, on the Amazon, so nationwide it's sold well, is the reason we have made this is because I wanted to convey this message to the kids, and also who will convey this message to the child will be the first person will be their mother and father. So I wanted the mother and father to read these kind of things and all live this life, and also be a role model for their kid. And so my son has grown, kind of lived his entire life within the umbrella of Feed Forward. So he is super positive. He's a teenager, so he faced a lot of challenges every day, and he talks about that, but he knows that he has the capability to somehow overcome. And those kind of experience and knowledge will be a significant asset for those people, everybody living in this any era, but particularly in the very fluctuating era of AI. So if you have a chance, I think this will help you. If those who are in Japan, particularly, I know many Japanese are also watching this, and I would appreciate or encourage you to have a look on it. And also those who are not in this country and reading Japanese. Yeah, of course, we're trying to make this in English, but it's a long way. So I hope that you had somehow grabbed the concepts that I wanted to tell, which is feed forward. And of course, as you know, we have a feed forward book in English, and also we have a feed forward notebook coming soon, which will be able to help you draw your future. Okay, that is for today. Thank you.